May is Mental Health Awareness Month. While depression and thoughts of suicide can be difficult to talk about, more people are coming forward to help ease the stigma attached to those subjects. Our Rick Kwan spoke to a well-known public figure about his own personal struggle with mental health. It's a story you'll see only on Island News.
Sergeant Chris Kim of Crime Stoppers is here with us this afternoon. Thanks again for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
For the last 7 years, Honolulu Police Sgt. Chris Kim has become known and recognized for his Crime Stoppers work. In 2019, he was named the top Crime Stopper coordinator in the country. And just last month, he was inducted into the Kaimuki High School Hall of Honor. But in 2016, he was in a much darker place. As he went through a difficult divorce, Kim planned his own suicide.
So I had it planned out where I was going to go night diving on my own, and I was basically, as crazy as it sounds, is try and do that shallow water blackout. And at the end of the day, this would be overnight, so nobody would know. I wasn't going to tell anybody that I was doing this, and ultimately, in my mind, I thought I'd probably eventually drown. If it went the way I was planned, I would drown, and next morning, either someone would find me floating, or someone would report me as not coming into work.
Fortunately, a friend sensed something was wrong with Kim and offered him a book to read called Beyond the Lines. It was written by former Punahou tennis coach Rusty Komori.
As I opened it up, the first thing that caught my attention, chapter 1, it talks about getting knocked down in life. It's basically, it's going to happen, but getting back up, moving on and fighting on is a choice. So basically, it starts off as a choice is yours.
Okay, very good, very good.
That would be the start of his turnaround, as Kim began to take control of his life instead of letting himself become a victim.
I tell people, it's okay. You need to recognize the fact that you're going through something and that you're not well. Reach out for help. Talk. Thankfully, during that time, I had such a great support group. I had some very close friends. But that's the thing. I think sometimes we try so hard to mask it. But in reality, that just makes things worse. Right? It's better to talk about it.
And it's all mindset.
Kim also says it's okay to show your emotions. In fact, when he first talked about contemplating suicide on Komori's YouTube show last year, both men broke down in tears.
People need to know that this is happening. But people also need to know that although this is happening, that if you're going through it, just know that things get better.
Since then, Kim says dozens of people have approached him and shared their own problems with mental health, including fellow police officers.
I've had people come to my office crying. I'll close the door and they'll cry. And it's okay. I tell them, I cried. It's okay to cry. You're not weak.
While Kim still faces adversity every day, his attitude towards it has totally changed.
But one thing that going through that, it made me stronger, mentally, emotionally. I consider myself a survivor. When you contemplated suicide and your life is going to come to an end, you learn to appreciate every single moment that you have. And since then, I laugh a lot more. I don't sweat the small things. At the end of the day, like I said, it's up to us. We can choose to have a good day. We can also choose to have a bad day. And that's the things that people need to understand, that we all go through adversities in life. It's how we overcome those adversities that eventually define who we are.
Rick Kwan, Island News.
Now, if you or someone you know is thinking about suicide or needs help, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988. Counselors provide free, confidential support 24/7 for people in distress.